I am emotional. When we choose hope, when we resist fatalism, we don't let go of our emotions. They don't disappear. We don't just not have negative emotion. And so in that decision to choose hope, to resist fatalism, we create the space to recognize the emotions that we're carrying and to work with them as sources of strength and power and just as part of who we are as human beings. This is a gift of being a living being in the world. And it's not just a human gift. You know, animals have emotions too. But it is a gift that we carry, and that can be a source of strength for us. Paying attention to the emotions that we carry allow them to work for us. They become sources of energy and inspiration. Elin Kelsey says, "My emotions help me to feel when I am wrong or holding beliefs that contradict themselves. The discomfort forces me to accept it might be time for me to question my truths and look again. Joy, contentment, and other positive emotions broaden my attention in a holistic way. They support an expansive, curious, creative feeling, which fuels my desire and capacity to learn." Taking care of our emotions is also part of the work that's needed to resist burnout. Burnout as that result of fatalism and despair and overwhelm that all of us are constantly faced with, that we have the opportunity to resist. The first thing that we do is take time to recognize the emotions that we carry. So on your mood meter, as you were writing down words, you might write down a word and say, "That's what I'm feeling right now," or "I feel that a lot." And hopefully it's not just one word. It's more than one word on that mood meter. When we recognize the emotion that we're carrying in any given moment, we're better able to figure out where's it coming from and what can we do with this. Is this controlling how we behave, how we treat others, the decisions that we make, or how ready we feel to act? By recognizing that, we can make different choices of what to do with that emotion. The other thing that we can pay attention to as we're recognizing our emotions is that we don't just walk around with one emotion. We carry many different emotions, sometimes in different moments, but often at the same time. We might be feeling two very different things right now. Maybe slightly bored of what I'm saying, but also really excited that we're going to be eating clementines in a few minutes at the same time, right? Not just one or the other. If we remember that we can feel more than one thing at the same time, it helps reduce the power of any one emotion over us. We don't have to let that take over everything because we're all capable of more than one emotion at a time. And I'll specifically take a moment to talk about anger. Elin Kelsey says that sometimes in this kind of work, in activism work, in work that's concerned about the planet or other things, we can have this temptation to say, I don't want to lose my anger. I want to hold on to my anger as something that drives forward. But she says it's not a problem on its own to carry anger, but anger on its own is not sustainable. It will not sustain us over the long term. In a given moment, anger at injustice can be something that fires us up and gets us going. But over the long term, it won't sustain us. She writes, hope and anger are activating emotions. And then she says, use your anger at injustice to propel you. Anger is very motivational because it impacts both our belief and desire systems. Anger in support of justice is very productive and hopeful. It enables you to assert your self-respect or to demand respect for the dignity of another you hold dear. It shifts the focus away from feeling fatalistic, doom, towards standing up in solidarity. And then she writes, hope, like anger, fills you with a sense of agency. It enables you to look beyond seeming intractable problems in search of more promising responses. Hope motivates us to approach the societies in which we live with curiosity, which in turn opens the possibility of changing the ways we live. Hope is necessary to prompt the meaningful change you most want. She's saying you don't need to choose between anger and hope. You can carry both. You can use the activating force of both and the gifts of each for the work that you do.